Hi, it is Friday morning, 1st of August, and it is 8 a.m. in New York. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online.
Good morning. This is Drips Media, lid from New York. Drips Media, the revolutionary digital service that transforms the way you stay informed. With Drips Media, you get real-time news delivered in dynamic short video clips, keeping you updated on the latest headlines as they happen. Our cutting-edge technology curates and condenses top stories. Whether you're on the go or just need a quick update, Drips News ensures you're always in the know, effortlessly. Stay connected, stay informed, and experience news like never before with Drips News.
The tech-heavy NASDAQ experienced the sharpest decline, tumbling by 2.3% yesterday. This downturn erased the previous day's gains, closing at 17,194.15. Shifting our focus to the S&P 500, we saw a similar story unfold. The index reversed its one-day upward trajectory, finishing the session down 1.4% at 5,446.68. Finally, the Dow Jones Industrial Average couldn't escape the widespread selling pressure either. The index fell by 1.2%, ending the day at 40,347.97 and snapping a two-day winning streak. Let's delve into the performance of some tech giants within these indices. Apple, a bellwether for the tech sector, saw its shares slide 1.7% yesterday, closing at $218.40. This decline erased the gains Apple had accumulated over the previous 4 trading days. Google, another heavyweight in the tech industry, also experienced a reversal of fortune. The search giant's shares dipped by 0.5%, ending the day at $170.80. This move snapped a 3-day winning streak for Google. Meanwhile, Microsoft, a major player in the software and cloud computing space, continued its recent downward trajectory. The company's shares edged down by 0.3%, closing at $417.10. This marks the third consecutive day of losses for Microsoft. Amazon, a dominant force in e-commerce and cloud computing, saw its shares fall by 1.1%, closing at $135.90. This decline wiped out the previous day's gains, leaving Amazon's stock down 0.8% for the week. Turning our attention to Tesla, the electric vehicle manufacturer experienced a volatile day of trading. The company's shares initially rose in pre-market trading but ultimately succumbed to selling pressure, closing down 2.8% at $255.70. This marked Tesla's 4th consecutive day of losses, bringing its losing streak to 4 days. In contrast to the broader tech sector, semiconductor giant NVIDIA managed to eke out a small gain. The company's shares inched up 0.2%, closing at $450.40. This modest increase extended NVIDIA's winning streak to 6 consecutive days. However, not all tech stocks followed the downward trend. Meta Platforms, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, bucked the trend with a notable gain. Their shares surged by 4.8%, closing at $497.74, marking 2 consecutive days of gains for the social media giant. On the other hand, Amazon's struggles continued into today. The e-commerce giant saw its shares fall further by 1.6%, closing at $184.07. This decline reversed yesterday's gains, adding to the volatile week for Amazon. Finally, chipmaker NVIDIA, which had been a beacon of strength in recent days, experienced a significant pullback. The company's shares tumbled by 6.7%, closing at $109.21, erasing the previous day's gains. This sharp decline serves as a reminder of the inherent volatility in the tech sector, even amidst a strong overall market performance. Meta Platforms' strong performance contributed to a slight upswing in the NASDAQ, which closed at 17,344.21, reflecting a 0.9% increase. This positive movement suggests that investors might be regaining some confidence in the tech sector. Despite the NASDAQ's slight recovery, Meta Platforms' recent gains haven't been enough to pull the company out of the red for the year. However, with a year-to-date increase of 41%, the social media giant remains a strong contender in the tech landscape. Looking at the company's recent performance, Meta Platforms has seen gains in 6 out of the last 10 trading days, indicating a positive short-term trend. This upward momentum, coupled with the company's 2 consecutive days of gains, suggests that Meta Platforms might be poised for further growth. Now let's shift gears and look at the financial sector, which also experienced a downturn yesterday. Bank of America shares fell by 2.0%, closing at $39.50, marking 2 consecutive days of losses for the banking giant. Similarly, J.P. Morgan, another major player in the financial industry, saw its shares decline by 2.3%, ending the day at $207.96. This also marked 2 consecutive days of losses for J.P. Morgan. Turning to credit card companies, MasterCard saw its shares dip by 0.3%, closing at $462.41, which reversed 4 days of gains. Meanwhile, Visa, another payments processing giant, managed to buck the trend, with its shares edging up by 0.1% to close at $265.93. This modest increase extended Visa's winning streak to 5 consecutive days. Finally, Morgan Stanley, a multinational investment bank and financial services company, saw its shares fall by 1.4%, closing at $101.80. This decline reversed 2 days of gains for the company. This downturn marks a 5-day losing streak for Bank of America, with its shares down 5.2% over this period. Despite this recent slump, the banking giant is still up 19% since the start of the year. However, August has gotten off to a rocky start, with the stock down 2% for the month. J.P. Morgan hasn't fared much better, also recording its 2nd consecutive day of losses. The stock closed at $207.96, a 2.3% drop. MasterCard's 4-day winning streak came to an end yesterday, with its shares dipping by 0.3% to close at $462.41. However, Visa managed to weather the storm, eking out a 0.1% gain to close at $265.93. This marks 5 consecutive days of gains for Visa. Finally, Morgan Stanley reversed its 2-day upward trajectory, with its shares falling 1.4% to close at $101.80. Now, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market, which also experienced some headwinds. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap, fell for the 4th consecutive day. Bitcoin declined by 0.9%, closing at $64,048.30. Dogecoin, often referred to as a meme coin, experienced a steeper decline, tumbling by 5% to close at 10 cents. This marked 6 consecutive days of losses for Dogecoin. Ethereum, the 2nd largest cryptocurrency, also faced selling pressure. Ethereum dropped by 2.7%, closing at $3,145.10. This decline marked 3 consecutive days of losses for the cryptocurrency. This decline puts Bitcoin down 5.6% over the past 5 days and 0.9% for the month. However, despite the recent dip, the cryptocurrency remains up by a considerable 52% since the beginning of the year. Looking at its recent performance, Bitcoin has seen gains in 3 out of the last 10 trading days. Now, let's turn our attention to Dogecoin, which experienced a sharper decline than Bitcoin. Dogecoin tumbled by 5% yesterday, closing at 10 cents. This marked 6 consecutive days of losses for the meme coin. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, also faced headwinds, dropping by 2.7% to close at $3,145.10. This decline marked 3 consecutive days of losses for Ethereum.